few movements for you to help you keep moving. We're going to begin with knee extension. You can do this seated in a chair, safest place to do it, with the therapy ball, the air-filled squishy ball, between the thighs, above the knees, and sit up nice and straight. So if you're sitting in a chair that's got a back to it, sit up so that your spine is elongated and that your feet are flat on the floor and that you can keep that nice stiff and straight posture, perhaps holding on to the arms of the chair or the base of the chair, and then to extend one knee and then the other, and then attempt extending both knees. Mindful, if that makes your body sink back, then keep yourself seated so that your back is fully supported and you can hold on and then extend the knees. You want to make sure that you do this in a safe way. One knee and then the other is probably the safest way to start. Squeeze the ball gently as you extend the knee and keep your posture nice and straight. For the feet, for your mobility for the feet and your ankles, hold on to something firm, whether it's the kitchen counter or your fireplace mantle. Lift one leg up and then you start to roll the ankle around. You can do this before or after you do your foot rollout with your therapy balls. This can be done several times a day. Make sure to make the circles go in one direction and then the other. And then do plantar flexion with your toes and then dorsiflexion. Move your ankle in as many ways as you can. And of course, do both feet. Spend about a minute or so on each foot. Then for the hips, the same thing, using a support, holding on to a chair or something that's quite stable. You're going to lift one leg up and you're going to do some hip circles with that, as big a circle as you can. As you circle, that the spine isn't moving, that the body stays upright and long. The movement can be a little bit smaller and grow the movements as you like. You've done these circles and then you can go in the other direction, about a minute per side. And you'll notice one side might need more of your support than the other. Very much depends. For your shoulders, for the upper back and shoulders, stand upright, nice and tall, straight spine, and then lift the arms out to the side wherever you can. Palms face forward, and then you internally rotate one arm, and then externally rotate. Practice with one arm at a time, 4 or 5 rotations each side, a few times each side. If your arm height has to be down here, if the shoulders or the neck are quite stiff, then lower the lift of your arms. Elsewise, attempt this with your arms at the height of the shoulder. Also, another shoulder mobility and nerve stretch would be to point the fingertips down and slightly move the hands behind you. As you do that, mindful that the chest doesn't pop itself forward. You keep the spine neutral and your pelvis over your hips. Good. And then as best you can, some arm circles. Make the circles as big or as small as your body allows. 4 or 5 in one direction, and then in the other direction as well. Hip and shoulder mobility while you keep your spine neutral. Remember to do both sides and go in both directions, moving your arms, your shoulder socket, and your hip sockets in as many ways as they can to maintain that blood flow and healthy movement in your body. Another thing that you can do here is to stand on both feet, feet at hip distance apart, hold on to something that's stable, and come up onto the balls of your feet, and then come back down. And then come back on the balls of the feet, and back down. And repeat that maybe 10 or 15 times, wherever that feels safe for you. See if you can keep your hips right over your ankles when you come down, rather than letting them rock back. Try to keep your body upright, and your eyes are looking towards the horizon and not down at the floor. At any time on the video, of course, you can press pause. You don't have to do these quickly. These are just examples. You can take your air-filled ball and place it behind you on your chair, whichever chair you like, and place it in the small of your back, in your lumbar spine, just below your ribs, wherever it feels comfortable. Hands on your thighs, and you lift like you're lifting your sternum, your chest, your heart up towards the ceiling. Maybe lift your eyes a little, mindful not just to drop the head back, just a bit of upper back extension, and then tuck the chin in and let it drop. A little bit of a stretch, and then lift up, and then lower down. You can also do similar movements with this, with the therapy ball up in the upper back. You can let yourself lean slightly forward, rounding your back, and then lift yourself up, open the arms big and wide, big stretch through the upper back, and then back down again. You can press pause and do some of these motions. You can choose to do some of them on one day and the other bunch on the other day. You choose what you feel feels right. The other thing that we had talked about was rolling out the hips with your therapy balls in their little tote. You can do it with both of them in their little tote at once, or you can take one ball out. With two in the tote, it kind of disperses the energy pressure, so it's not as aggressive. You sit on your therapy balls. You want to make sure that it's not in the tailbone. Remember that you damaged that when you were younger. So you want to keep it away from the tailbone and just on your sitting bone. You can stay there, or you can move the leg in and out to the sides. If you do this maybe on a kitchen chair or a dining room chair, a little bit of movement there, and you can let the leg drop down a little. You can also wiggle the hips a bit just to give it a bit of a massage, and do that kind of work. You can also do your foot rollout seated. I did send a video with the foot rollout, and this one is placing the therapy balls. Here, I'll move it so that you can see it on the camera. Placing the therapy balls underneath your foot and giving it a bit of a rolling pin effect. If you find you want a little bit more pressure but you don't want to stand on the balls, you can put the other foot on top and a gentle pressure, a little scrub. And the slower you go with any rolling, the more effective it'll be. Keep it slow and steady and not painful. It might be a little uncomfortable, but no pain. So hopefully that gives you a few movement things that you can do every day. Probably only take you about 15 minutes to do some of these movements. The foot mobility and hip mobility, great thing to do before you go for your walk. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.